Colonel Gaddafi's death brings an end to 42 years of dictatorship in Libya. After seizing control of the country through a military coup in 1969, he set about stamping out internal dissent and sharing out the power and the wealth of the country among his family and followers.
The Arab world's longest-serving leader began as a Nasserist and 4 decades on ended up a vainglorious narcissist. Colonel Muammar Gaddafi, brother leader, dawn of freedom, Falcon of Africa, King of Kings and supreme guide to the great socialist people's Libyan Arab Jamahiriya, had no formal title. But Libya's Botoxed Bedouin warlord did have a wardrobe. Fur and leather, silk and gold braid, dictator chic that cut quite a dash on the pages of Vanity Fair and Paris Match, as did his bevy of gun-toting femme fatale bodyguards, fatigues, kung fu and high heels. But dictator he was. Gaddafi squandered his nation's oil wealth, oppressed his people, sponsored terror worldwide. He portrayed himself as a modernist, clearing slums and supporting the downtrodden. His vision articulated in his infamous Green Book, where he set out his blueprint for what he called direct democracy. But it was a sham. Those who challenged his vision were purged, even massacred. 1,200 prisoners in Libya's Abu Salim jail were gunned down in 1996. Such brutality seen right to the end, fueling the rebellion that eventually led to his downfall. Colonel Gaddafi had a pathological hatred of the West, his henchmen acting with impunity. April 1984, and WPC Yvonne Fletcher is shot dead by a gunman from inside the Libyan People's Bureau in London. By then, the regime was busy exporting terror worldwide, from the IRA to terrorist groups in Peru and the Philippines. As he's aged, Muammar Gaddafi's style and his rhetoric have looked more and more anachronistic. His a theatre of the absurd, punctuated by violent acts from a dangerously eccentric showman, a murderous clown.
Yeah, but that means you haven't done any research on who you're actually meant to be supporting in this thing. And it was the Tuareg people, and it was even nice.
All right, you want to know who I'm supporting? The people that come from fucking Delta State all the way up through fucking Africa and ended up in fucking Libya because they think that's how they get into Europe, and they're the ones that have been caught there. So are you going to explain to us who these fucking people are that you believe you're caping for or not?
Yeah, I'm talking about my Somali brothers, my Muslim Somali brothers.
You are. You're talking about more Arabs, aren't you?
1 minute. Yes. You call Somali.
Yeah, go on. Go on.
Africans. I know you backward barbarians.
These people, would they be Muslim? Would they be Muslim people that you're talking about again?
Brothers. Yeah, just like everyone in East Africa, those are my brothers. That's first, yeah. And my Somali brothers are the main people being enslaved in Libya right now, and they're being sold by people like Reggie, our Nigerian brothers. It's our Nigerian. Yeah. I showed you the little one of the brothers who got captured said he was sold by a Nigerian. Yeah,
Somalians are being sold by Nigerians to the Libyans. That's what you're saying.
That's what my man said.
The man.
Evidence. I've got evidence.
It's not that shocking. You're mugging up the thing now. You're mugging up.
I do not talk without evidence. I have evidence.
Show us where the Somalians, not one incident, shows where the Somalians are being sold by Nigerian.
All right, cool. I will show. All I can show is a brother in Libya saying that he would do this. It was a Nigerian brother that sold people. You understand? And I know that a lot of the people being sold are Somali, so it might not have been a Somali. The Nigerian brother might have sold a Nigerian. But it's fact. There's a whole documentary about the Libya thing, and in the video, the brother says himself that there's brothers from sub-Saharan Africa that are selling the brothers. You get me? And we got to ban all of them. You get me? But at the same time, one minute. Any Muslim will tell you it's completely haram what they're doing, but you lot are gonna say it's halal. But any Muslim will tell you it's haram. Yeah. And what people don't want to say is Muammar Gaddafi. Yeah, because they went to destabilize Muammar Gaddafi. The black people in Tuareg were living good. Yeah, a lot of things that people don't know about Muammar Gaddafi. When he was in power, there was free healthcare, free electricity, interest-free loans. Newlyweds received 50,000 to find a home. Mothers received 5,000 on the birth of a child. Citizens received
free food for the poor.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody gets 2,000.
Now telling us the black people are the ones doing the enslaving. You are fucked, mate.
One minute. Gaddafi's got his criticisms about certain things he's done, especially in the earlier days. But the funny thing is, when a man's got his people living better than we're living here in a third world country, no one's gonna say that's Islam. When man's looking after.
Nah, you know what, Ras. You know what, I can't let that go. I can't let that go. You're on the internet. You're on the internet saying, one sec, brother.
1 minute, Ezra. Let me finish it.
Let me go next, please. Everyone, please.
I'm saying. Let me make my point because it's a big point. Yeah, like when man's out there, yeah, on top and giving free healthcare, free electricity, interest-free loans, looking after the people, no one's gonna say that's inspired by Islam. But when the West come and they literally train terrorists to destabilize that place because he's setting up a United States of Africa, which he has a lot of the sub-Saharan African leaders interested.
And who was invading him? Who actually went in there and killed off Gaddafi? The Arab Spring.
1 minute, man.
Well, that's not missing out the fact, though, man.
That's even bruv, the Arab Spring went against him because he was trying to do United States of Africa. Yeah?
What? So exactly. So because he's trying to unite Africa, Arabs went against him. So what you on about? How are you defending it?
What do you mean? We talking about? I'm defending Gaddafi. What are you talking about?
So this is my point then. You get me? Look, it's the same exact
people that were around.
Respect 1 second. Respect 1 second, man. Just relax a second. You're saying Nigerians are selling the Somalians, even though the Arabs ran up in Libya, yeah, slaved all the black people that were in Libya, yeah, and somehow it's the Nigerians doing the enslaving. It's not the Arabs who ran up in there and slaved the black people that was there already. Not them. It's the Nigerians.
No. I didn't say it was the Nigerians. I said that we ourselves, yeah, have people that are like you can't act like in Africa there was not tribalism amongst very different like there's not stuff in South Africa, East Africa, and West Africa.
Talk about what we're talking about, man. Libya.
Bruv, what I'm saying is that like it's not an isolated incident. But when Gaddafi was there, this wasn't happening. Yeah, the West has come and destabilized it, and then when it's war torn, everyone wants to say that's Islam now.
When Gaddafi was alive, he had them all locked up in prisons, right, where they could barely move, breathe, eat. They pissed and shit in the same place. Right? When they opened up the prisons and let the people out, some of them were blinded because they couldn't see anymore in daylight because they had no daylight in the
Hold on, respect.
When Gaddafi died, right, all those Arabs went running around, rounding up all the black men and burnt them and women and children and burnt them in stadiums. Let's start talking the truth.
Yes, why? Because they was mercenaries. Because they was on Gaddafi's side. Because when they took out Gaddafi, they took out the people that they thought was loyal to him, the people he looked after.
I'll tell you why. I think it's because they were captive of war.
You don't know about
respect has been condoning all along. When you catch someone in war, there's nothing else you can do with them because there's no prison, right? So they had no choice but to put them in chains and use them as slaves, as some people have been condoning.
It's not war. It's not legal.
It is a war. Libya was in a war, wasn't it?
Yeah. No,
so these are the captives of war.
Muhammad Gaddafi was murdered. Yeah, and they replaced the war. Yeah, no, because that's the US and the you can't. NATO plays their role in this. It's them that actually went
to war. They're in a war, and then these black people try and get to Europe through Libya, and now they've been captured. And because the Quran condones the capture or the enslavement of people that are spoils of war, as well as what their right hand possesses, they're allowed to do what they want with the captured with the people they've captured.
The Bible says, "Slave obey your master." So you can't.
I thought you're a Christian, respect.
No, but you can't. It's the same thing in the Bible. The servitude in the Bible, Quran, they're not different.
You're deflecting.
Man throwing stones from a glass house. Your thing's the same. Your understanding of your religion.
The criteria for capturing slaves is that under war, they're allowed to capture slaves. That's what I've been hearing.
Yeah, but Libya was at war. Listen. If you are attacked, man, listen. If you're attacked, you're allowed to capture.
1
minute. If you're attacked, you're allowed to capture because you're not allowed to murder them. So that's the only reason why you can capture them, because you're not allowed to slaughter them like barbarians, like some people would. You have to capture. Like you have to capture the people who are there. Like that's the only thing you can do. What are you talking about?
So now Libya hasn't got no prisons, and can only capture people and use them as slaves.
It's a different situation because them man are the oppressors. Them man wasn't under no attack. Them man started.
They were under attack from each other, isn't it? They're at war. Of course, they're gonna feel under attack. Someone must be attacking them, else they won't be at war.
Bro, like just like with the Philistines and David, yeah. The Philistines was not under attack from the Israelites, yeah. The Philistines attacked the Israelites, and the Israelites had to defend themselves. It's exactly the same.
Is that what happened with Muhammad, or did Muhammad ever invade anyone?
What? That didn't attack him?
Yeah.
Facts.
What? So if I show you now in the hadith, Sahih, yeah, that he did, the same hadith that gives you the 5 times a day prayer, that gives you all the good stuff that you like, yeah. If I show you from no same one sec, yeah. If I give you that, yeah, that gives you the same stuff that you accept. Yeah? If I show you now that the opposite to what you're saying happened, what would you say? That if I show you that Muhammad was invading, 1 second. If I show you that Muhammad had, Shifa, 1 second, man.
That's what.
Shifa,
you asked the question. You said, "What would you say?"
I'm not finished. No, I'm not finished. No, but I'm not finished.
Oh God, my bad. Go on.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, yeah, if I show you now evidence that Muhammad was invading loads of different lands, loads of different tribes, stealing caravans that are trying to pass through the area and doing all bag of things, looting and one bag of things. If I show you that Muhammad was doing that, yeah, and his people under him were doing that, yeah, what are you gonna say then?
Can I talk? Are you gonna cut me? The story is very simple. Any Muslim or anyone who studied Islam, even the atheist, will tell you this. The Prophet Muhammad got the revelation and they started to oppress him in Mecca. Yeah, now understand a lot of the tribes around, they was with the Quraysh. Yeah, many of the tribes had given their allegiance to the Quraysh. Yeah, even if they didn't live in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, and it was pressing all around. They had to send Muslims to Ethiopia, to the Nagashi. Yeah, when they sent the Muslims to Ethiopia, someone tried to kill the Prophet in his bed. And I think Ali took his place in his bed. He went to Medina. Yeah, when he went to Medina, man roused up an army and came back home. Yeah, when man came back home, man defeated the Quraysh and all of that, and all of their allies, and that's where man rested. You know what I'm saying? That's where man transcended. Man, he didn't go anywhere after that. That's the fact history of the Prophet.
Okay, so you're according to we just all heard him, innit? There's nowhere in the history of Muhammad where he's invaded another land or he's like stolen any war booty. Yeah, none of that stuff happened, innit? So wait there, this stuff's just coming up now. Give me a minute. Yeah. I'm gonna show you all the different invasions.
The little Ezra, if it's a hadith, yeah, if it's a hadith, it's something that someone said. It doesn't make it true.
Here we go.
Yeah, but same thing as the 5 times a day. Shifa, same as the 5 times a day prayer. Same as the 5 times a day prayer, but Rabbit accepts that. Rabbit accepts lots of things in the hadith. Listen, Shifa, let me.
The same argument all the time.
After today, yeah, I'm gonna say this, yeah. What I've learned from the Muslims today is that I can only authenticate Muhammad as a teacher. I can't authenticate Muhammad as a prophet. In fact, the Quran and the Bible are one and the same, is what I've learned today. The Quran had to be authenticated by Christians. So therefore, Muhammad was only quoting the words that are already in the Bible. And if some words were missed out, or if misinterpretations were taken by those people who spoke a foreign tongue, then so be it.
Or even if there's misinterpretations on our side, for whatever reason.
That's right. You know,
so I'm not all knowing, innit? Man's not all knowing. So like I'm not gonna say rare. But I know that I'm gonna
what I'm saying is, yeah, like you're gonna accept the 5. Listen, there's stuff in there that you accept, though, the 5 prayers a day, all the stuff that you like, yeah. The history of Muhammad, the stuff that you like to hear about him, all comes from the hadith. But then you hear something in those same hadith that you don't like, and you don't accept it.
Yeah, that's how it works. That's exactly how it works, Ezra.
Yeah, but I don't subscribe to Muhammad like that.
No, I'm not talking about you, Shifa. This ain't about you, fam. So you don't know what you're saying.
I do it. what I do is obviously I've got like common sense and logic in it. So I know that like I'm going off of what, like I said, the main thing I'm dealing with is that Quran verse. Yeah, like that's like the thing for righteousness. So like anything that goes against that is not authentic to me. You know what I'm saying? Because you can see the orders there. Look after the orphans. Make sure your word is your bond. Free the slaves. That's the orders of righteousness. That's the only way you can be righteous.
Yeah. So Muhammad, why did he get rid of? Why did he say you can't adopt children anymore? Why did that come about? Tell us about that one, Respect. About orphans. Now you can't adopt orphans no more. Why did that come about? Was it because of his son's wife? Was it because he took his? Was it because he took his orphan son, the son that he adopted? He wanted his wife. So after that, he stopped people from adopting. That's a good deed, isn't it? Brilliant good deed.
Muhammad was a pretty horny man, as made evident by this hadith where we read, the Prophet used to go around, have sexual relations with, all his wives in one night, and he had 9 wives. So Muslim sources tell us Muhammad slept with 9 wives in a single night. That's a busier schedule than the busiest of porn stars. If you're familiar with Muhammad's life story, you'll know that Muhammad showed his interest in his adopted son's wife when he saw her in a revealing garment one day. She tells her husband and he offers to divorce her for Muhammad's sake. Muhammad tells him to keep her, but eventually he divorces as he knows Muhammad wants her. And Muhammad marries her, Zainab bint Jahash, justifying the marriage with a verse from the Quran. People basically criticized him for this, but he told them God was ordering him to marry her, so it was out of his control. You know, gotta please the big guy up in the sky. This is found in chapter 33, verse 37.
What it comes down to is, like I said to James Goddard, he believes one thing about the Prophet. I believe a whole different thing about the Prophet. So when we're talking about 2 different people. In the same way, the atheists believe one thing about Moses, and the people that believe in the Bible believe a whole different thing about Moses. We're talking about different people. When people are saying Moses is a rapist, you're going to say, no, he's not. You're going to argue for Moses. You're going to argue for Abraham. But they're going to say, no, the rape is justified. They're going to say, no, Lot and his daughters. They're going to bring up all of these things and try to attach it to the Bible. Because that's their. You
don't have to keep going to the Bible to defend Islam.
Respect has done a fantastic job.
Defend Islam. You shouldn't have to keep doing that. Ridiculous. Every minute, Latin, this and that. Defend Islam. I mean, defend Islam.
I'm pointing out something that people do in a debate. There's people that believe that Moses was a paedophile and Lot slept with his daughters, and he was. That's what people believe.
Defeat them on information of Islam. Don't try to defeat them by using Bible references. Get information about Islam and defend Islam with that. Listen, Ras, let me finish.
It's fine. For me, it was about God from the beginning, fam. For you, it's
about defend them with Islam. But if you're going to debate, if you're debating Islam, debate them with. Debate them with Islamic information. Debate them with Islamic information. Don't keep running to that and this one, that one. Get me? Debate them with Islamic information. If you're defending Islam, you'll be able to do that with Islamic information.
Listen, a lot of the points man's made, Shivers completely understood because he hasn't got a thing against Muslims or for Muslims. So he's got a balanced view.
I don't care who understands what, fam. So you're balanced. Are you saying that you're balanced? Are you saying you're balanced? Are you saying you're balanced?
I'm balanced.
Are you saying you're balanced?
I'm balanced, me, fam.
Are you balanced?
I've got to be on
the most unbalanced person, so forget it.
Fam, you better reach on the same side. That should show you something, fam.
I don't give a fuck about Jupiter. Understand? You got all these fucking Arabs on your side. You're there defending Arab slavery. Yeah, everything. Muhammad had black slaves, so 2 black slaves, so one white one. You're gonna defend it. You're gonna defend it. Anything that comes out, you will defend it. You understand? Don't talk to me about Jupiter. Don't talk to me about Jupiter. So you're gonna defend. You're gonna defend every single thing about black slavery. I can show you 100 hadiths right now about black slavery, and you will have an excuse for every single hadith. You will have an excuse for. You get me? So don't tell me about fucking Jupiter.
Yeah, and we can bring the Hebrews right now. I'll tell you that they're going to be enslaved. You don't want to enslave. Want to enslave Africans. They want to enslave black people. So don't talk about black people like every Hebrew that reads the Bible is on something for black people. Because you man hate black people more than anyone else, fam.
Listen to this.
This is about the
You can never You know what? Like, you can never just defend on what the person talking about. You always have to run to other people, run to this one, that one. Stay on topic and defend. Man, you square and defend your thing.
Are you listening? Let me be clear with you, Ezra. I was defending the creator and that everyone's belief in the creator. Whether he's a Christian, whether he's a Muslim, whether he's Shakara, I was defending the belief in the creator. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, and then we get into Islam, where I don't believe in the creator now.
You zoned in on Islam and made
no. You started talking about Islam. I never spoke about no Islam.
Bruv, you started
talking about Islam. Islamic slavery, that's what you started talking about.
Bro, I'm not talking
don't blame me,
fam. Just like I'm saying, they will tell you the same way they're telling you that Moses was a rapist and the Israelites were rapists. They'll tell you that and they'll take with their chest and they believe that in their hearts. In the same way you believe certain things that I don't believe about Islam. You're trying to push your interpretation of Islam on me. We've got two different interpretations.
Interpretation. I ain't interpreting. I ain't interpreting nothing. I just read them. I read the hadith, I read the scholars, and I read the hadith and the Quran. So I ain't interpreting nothing. I just read it.
Actually, you're the one who's trying to push your beliefs on us. It's the other fucking way round, mate.
That's it. When you lot are done, I'm the one who's going to be pushing my views on people. That's what I'm here to do. Yeah? But when you lot are done, innit?
They said slavery is finished, but this. Slavery is existing in Libya every day and night. They sell people just like the way they sell goats and rams. They will price you are sitting.
Selling human beings is becoming a trend among smugglers as the smuggling networks in Libya are becoming stronger and stronger. If you go to the market and you can pay between $200 and $500 to get a migrant that will work with you on your daily jobs or support your work.
I will not advise any Gambian or any citizen as a black man to take this journey, because what I experienced there, it's just like a slavery is running in Libya for the blacks.
Because I'll be honest with you, yeah, the subject of today is what is a sellout. And as far as I'm concerned, anyone subscribing to any religion, you might as well call yourself a sellout. Yes, everyone's a sellout. Anyone who's walking away from the Most High, yeah, and pledging their allegiance, realigning their allegiance when you should just pledge your allegiance. There shouldn't be no realigning going on. Yeah, that's the real reality. So when you lot are done talking, I'll get to it.
I believe a sellout is someone. I believe it's a sellout is someone who works against for black. Someone who works against black unity. Yeah, that's the sellout to me. The people that work for the British who came to divide and conquer, yeah, and they work against black unity and they side with people that hate our people. Yeah, 100%.
What about someone that trained black slaves?
Do you know what? All of you are right. All of you are right, but all of you are wrong at the same time. Because like I said, your allegiance should not be to no race, no creed, no religion. It should just be to the Most High. Yeah, to one race, the human race. So the moment you turned your back on humanity and became vain and wanted to support one side of things or one-sided view, we all became traitors, including you, Jupiter, including everyone else in the room. Yeah, we all became traitors. Yeah, one thing I'll say, Rasbek, one thing I like about what you said, you're not defending one religion. You're just trying to identify that we're all worshipping the same Most High. And that's imperative.
That bullshit, mate.
Hey, Jupiter, you're the biggest traitor. You're the biggest traitor because you're a traitor to the human. You're a traitor to the human race. You're a traitor to the human race.
One of your people, I know.
Are you listening?
Do you think I'm bothered?
Are you listening,
At
fam?
the end of the day, I would never put anyone in fucking chains. I would never fucking agree with.
Yeah, but Jupiter, you think that you have the right to own any piece of land on this planet? You think that your people have the right to own any piece of land on this planet? Tell me which one of your people created a planet. Tell me which one. Shut up then, idiot. Shut up, idiot.
How does that got to do with anything?
You're a traitor to humanity. You are the biggest sellout.
You're fucking here agreeing with respect on slavery, yeah?
Not slavery.
Jupiter,
you're the biggest sellout.
You're the slave master.
Yes, I'm a sellout. I married a black man and I got mixed race kids. I'd rather do that than enslave somebody, you cunt.
For a green card.
Don't call people names just because you're a sellout. Just because you think that you should own pieces of this world. You don't own nothing. The Most High owns everything.
La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah محمد رسول الله. لا إله إلا الله 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 محمد رسول